understand that you have the gifts that have been given to you based on your talents. What are you naturally talented in? What do you have a deep interest in? And what are some of your life experiences? And if you can combine one or two of those or all three of them, that's your purpose in life.
And what is one life lesson you learned the hard way that changed your path forever?
Um, I would say early on, and especially in business, I trusted everybody. So I used to
Mm.
say, trust everybody until they give you a reason not to. And now I say, wait till you have a reason to trust everybody. Don't trust anybody until they give you a reason to trust them.
Many people fail to follow through on goals despite having that desire. But how does one convert desire into unstoppable action without burning out?
Yeah, I mean, that's important. So, this is where I teach people about the mind. It's like we're coming up soon on the new year, and most people set New Year's resolutions. And then by January 30th, they've already fallen back and weren't able to achieve their New Year's resolution. And that's because your mind works like a thermostat. So think about your mind is set on a certain temperature. And then if a front door opens and a gust of wind comes in, your thermostat goes off.
So, folks, you have tuned into TGV and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, the world's only quadrilingual podcast at this moment of recording. And we are trying to embark into multiple languages as we speak. And here we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. And we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place by bringing you wisdom through valuable discussions with experts designed to simplify and amplify your success. And thank you so much for tuning in. Five, four, three, two, one, go. So, folks, we are joined by Chris Livezey. He's a passionate and vibrant personal development trainer with over 20 years of experience unlocking human potential. And he was mentored by legends like Bob Proctor, Wayne Dyer, and Les Brown. And he has developed 13 principles of magnificence that simplifies achieving success in life, business, and also personal growth. Chris helps individuals reprogram their mindset, master their energy, and create a life they truly love. So, Chris, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm doing magnificent. Thanks for having me, Naveen. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure is mine as well. So, Chris, first things first, why should somebody tune into our podcast and spend their valuable time with us today?
Well, I think most importantly, everybody's looking to become more magnificent in their life, and everybody wants a shortcut to do so. So by tuning in, I'm going to teach you the shortcut to magnificence and help you understand how your mind works and how you can program your mind to live the magnificent life you deserve.
Excellent. So, folks, we are going to dive into an interesting conversation on the topic at hand. Your mind is a shortcut and mastering life's principles with Chris Livezey. And today we are going to talk a lot about magnificence. And before we get started, here is an exciting twist as always. Let us tickle our guest's brain first. So, Chris, get ready for the first rapid fire round, and it is going to be a fun round. I'm going to mention a few random words, and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. And if you're ready, let's get started.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay. My first word is curiosity.
The interest that you have in a particular thing that means something close to your heart.
Invention.
Invention, the ability to create something based on your talent, interest, or experience.
Future.
The future is bright.
Universe.
Energy. Everything is energy.
Leadership.
Your ability to lead with heart.
Success.
The progressive realization of a worthy idea.
Life.
The greatest gift we've been given.
Magnificence.
The shortcut to becoming who you're meant to be in this lifetime.
Role model.
Role model, role model. That's one of my principles in my book. Um, your ability to discover what your purpose is in life and
Mhm.
find somebody that's already successful at doing it and get them to mentor you.
Amazing. And here comes the last one, aliens.
Um, the unknown. I think there might be life outside just our planet. Not sure about that though.
All right. Excellent. And thank you for participating in the first rapid fire round so sportively. There is one more rapid fire round towards the end of the episode. So stay tuned. And Chris, thank you once again. And appreciate you being part of our journey in shaping the careers and lives of millions across the globe. And let's get started with the mainstream questions. So, Chris, share with us who is your guiding voice?
So my guiding voice, I would say, are my mentors. And having a guiding voice in your life is really figuring out what it is you want most in life, and then finding the people that align with that vision that can help put you on the path to living the life that you want. They should be your guiding voice throughout your lifetime.
All right. And talk to us about your success mantra, as in top three things that have contributed to your success so far.
So I would say early on in life, I've had great mentors. And I think the biggest thing that helped me become successful in anything I set my mind to is really understanding how your mind works and the difference between your conscious and subconscious section of the mind, and how we have the ability to program our subconscious mind to live the life that we want. So the first thing you got to do is know what it is you want in life, and then
Mhm.
embed the information that supports those beliefs into your subconscious mind. And that's going to create the reality in your life.
Mhm. Right. And what is one life lesson you learned the hard way that changed your path forever?
Um, I would say early on, and especially in business, I trusted everybody. So I used to
Mhm.
say, trust everybody until they give you a reason not to. And now I say, wait till you have a reason to trust everybody. Don't trust anybody until they give you a reason to trust them, especially in business.
Got it. And Chris, you have distilled 20 plus years of personal development into 13 principles of magnificence. So, which one principle do you believe most people overlook and why?
So I think it's a combination of my first and second principle, which is how to develop more faith within yourself by understanding the spiritual side to your personality, and how to combine the law of attraction, the law of vibration, because that's what's creating our reality in life. So it's really having a clear understanding of how your mind works, and that we have the ability to program our mind to live any type of life that we want.
Mhm. Excellent. And how can someone identify their unique talents, interests, and experiences to create a life aligned with their true purpose?
So I have an exercise that I talk about in my book. It's one of my principles, and I call it the tie triangle. And what you do is you want to just take out a piece of paper and make three different columns. And on the top of the paper, you want to write down your top 10 interests, your top 10 talents, and your top 10 life experiences. And then what you want to do is you want to follow that cycle throughout life, because your talents and your interests are always going to change throughout the time, throughout your growth. But those are the gifts that have been given to you by God, the creator, the light, whatever you want to call it. So I think the most important thing to figuring out what your purpose is understand that you have the gifts that have been given to you based on your talents. What are you naturally talented in? What do you have a deep interest in? And what are some of your life experiences? And if you can combine one or two of those or all three of them, that's your purpose in life.
Right. Got it. Excuse me for a second.
You got a glass of water there? There you go.
Yes, I do. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'll continue, Chris. In today's fast paced world, how do thoughts and feelings directly shape reality? And what simple daily practice can listeners or our audience start immediately?
Well, the biggest thing to know is that our environmental heredity is what's shaping our paradigm. The paradigm is our belief system, which resides in our subconscious mind. So while we're living in this fast changing world and social media is on a rise, we're constantly getting embedded with different information that might not align with the life that we want, and without understanding how the mind works, that information that might not align with the life we want is getting embedded into our subconscious mind. So we want to have a clear picture of what the mind is and how the mind works. So if we're getting, it's like if you turn on the news, it's nothing but negative stuff usually. And the more you
Mhm.
think about the negative things happening in the news and attach an emotion to that, that's the vibrational state that you're going to go through throughout your daily life, attracting possibly more negative situations. So you want to find what it is that you want most in life and surround yourself with information, tools, and people that help build that passion more than following certain things in social media or mainstream media of any type of negative thing that contradicts what you want most in life.
Yeah, got it. And also, you have spoken about the impact of environment over genetics. So, can you give a real life example where changing your environment led to massive personal transformation?
Yeah. So, how I first got started in this personal development field, it was back in 1999 when I was just a ninth grade student. And I was a troubled teen headed down the wrong path. And I was told by the teachers, the therapists, the counselors that I was no good. I was, just prescribed to having attention deficit disorder. And really, the information that was being told to me from the outside world was conditioning my mind because I believed what other people were saying about me. And it wasn't until 1999 when I was given a book by my father that was written by Zig Ziglar called See You at the Top, where there was a story in there that really resonated with me and got me to believe in myself. And that was the starting point to me realizing that we have the ability to program our mind with the things that align most to our life and what we want. And we can reject other people's opinions and beliefs about us.
Mhm. All right, got it. And mentorship is something central to your teachings. So, for someone struggling to find a mentor, what three actionable steps can help them to connect with the right guide?
That's a good question, Naveen. I think the biggest thing is most people don't really know what they want. I would say almost 98 out of every 100 people don't really have a clear picture on what they want. So you got to first know what it is that you want in life. And then nowadays, with the internet and everything, we have the ability to find people who are already successful at doing the things that we want to do. And then you want to follow them on social media, reach out to them, see if they offer mentorships. Maybe they have online
Mhm.
courses, but you want to know what it is you want first, and then find people, whether it's people that you know in your personal life or if you have to go on the internet and find people. But I guarantee somebody's out there doing exactly what it is that you want to do. And then you want to befriend that person and just ask them, will you mentor me?
Right, right. That's a good one. And many people fail to follow through on goals despite having that desire. But how does one convert desire into unstoppable action without burning out?
Yeah, I mean, that's important. So, this is where I teach people about the mind. It's like
Mhm,
we're coming up soon on the new year, and most people set New Year's resolutions. And then by January 30th, they've already fallen back and weren't able to achieve their New Year's resolution. And that's because your mind works like a thermostat. So think about your mind is set on a certain temperature. And then if a front door opens and a gust of wind comes in, your thermostat goes off. That's kind of like your New Year's resolutions. You're set on a certain um, wavelength. This is how your mind thinks. You have an idea that, hey, I'm going to go on a diet at the beginning of the new year. A week into the new year, all of a sudden, that thermostat goes back to the temperature that you have set, the way your mind is programmed. And that is the conditioning. What we have to
mhm,
do to reprogram our subconscious mind is the repetition of a new belief. So if there's a goal that you really want to set, you need to write it down on an affirmation, like on a little card, and repeat it several times a day. See, I always carry this little card with me, which is my
mhm,
affirmation. So I always know that I'm on the same point to reaching my goal. So throughout the day, if I reach into my pocket, I feel my card, I pull it out, and I read my goal card. That helps keep me in line with the life that I wanna live.
mhm. Excellent. And I love the metaphor as well. And Chris, also, you often talk about making daily deposits in your brain fund. So, can you explain how knowledge, mindset, and habits compound over time, like financial wealth?
Yeah, so I would say I teach the one of the principles, I call it a motivation study hour. So really what you wanna do is take an hour a day, just like I would say go to the gym for an hour a day, take care of your body. Like going to the gym every day for an hour takes care of your health. But what you also want to do is program your mind and spend an hour a day learning something based on what you're most passionate about in life. And that will help embed it into your subconscious mind by the repetition of continuously learning something new.
Mm-hmm. Right. And also, isolation for 30 days can transform decades of life. And what is the science and mindset behind this concept, and how can someone do it safely?
So, what I mean by the isolation of 30 days is if people can go away and tune out of the outside world and the outside
Mhm,
distractions, figure
mhm,
out what it is that you want, and you want to spend 30 days constantly learning new information that aligns with the thought that you're trying to achieve. And if you can do that, you're going to create and manifest way more faster than being distracted by all this outside information that we're being given on a daily basis through the news, through our daily life and mainstream media. So, what I mean by that is get away from some of the distractions and focus on what it is that you really want for 30 days and build your mind with a lot of the information that aligns with that. And that's how you're going to be able to manifest the magnificent life that you want faster than anything else that you can do because the mind's the most powerful tool. So if we can eliminate the outside distractions and program our mind with the information that aligns, that's going to put us on the path to magnificence.
excellent. And Chris, this has been an incredible conversation with a lot of actionable insights, and it's time for us to add some more spice and some more excitement to the episode, which means it brings us to the second rapid fire round. If you're ready, let's get the ball rolling. Let's continue.
All
Okay.
right,
Here
let's
comes
do it.
the yeah. Here comes the first bullet. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
We become what we think about most and attach an emotion to the thought. So we become what we think about.
Wow, powerful. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Magnificent.
And Chris, if you had only 1 hour a day to transform your life, what would you do first?
Study.
One belief most people hold that limits them secretly. What is it? A
I
limiting
don't
belief.
I would
Yeah.
say it's our environment. Our environment is what's shaping our reality.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. And if someone could master just one principle of your 13, which one would yield the fastest results?
It would be the first one, which is the faith, how to develop enough faith within yourself by understanding the spiritual side to your personality. So, the real trick to everything in life is understanding how your mind works. That is the most important aspect to achieving the life that you want, and understand that we can program our mind. I like to keep saying that because it's based on repetition that recreates the subconscious mind into a new belief.
Hmm.
But I
Got
think that if I could have one message to get across to any of the listeners or anyone in the world, it's learn how your mind works and understand that we can program our mind to achieve any amount of success we want and even heal our body from sickness.
Amazing. And if you could change the mind of a million people overnight, what single thought would you plant? You want me to repeat?
I would say follow your heart and intuition.
Okay.
Follow your
Great.
heart and intuition because that's where love is at. So you always wanna be acting in accordance to love, love for life, love for other people.
Mhm. Biggest myth in personal development that you want everyone to know today?
The biggest myth in personal development,
Yes.
I would
Yes.
say, is motivation. So I don't like to just teach motivation. I like to reprogram the mind. So being motivated only lasts 48 to 72 hours. I want to change your life by reprogramming your mind.
Okay. Wonderful. And if if someone is scared to take the first step toward their dream, what one action would you have them take today?
Get yourself a mentor. If you have a dream and you know what you want, find somebody that's already doing it and get yourself a mentor. We got to align with people that are doing the things that we want and tune out from the people that don't align with that life.
Wonderful. And here comes the last one for the second rapid fire round. What is one electronic gadget or a fantasy gadget that you like to see or invent yourself?
One gadget. That's I'm not too sure. One gadget or invention. I guess the ability to transport. That would be cool.
Teleportation.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Okay, got it. And after that amazing second rapid fire round, let's flip back to the mainstream. So, Chris, in a world full of negativity and naysayers, what
Mm.
mindset shift allows people to turn obstacles into stepping stones towards magnificence?
Well, it's first in a world where we're constantly being taught negative information, it's important to understand that we have the ability to accept or reject any ideas that don't align with us. So if we're being taught and we're told something negative, it's just the understanding that we can reject those ideas, opinions, or beliefs of other people. And as we can reject it, we can program our mind with a new belief of an opinion or action that aligns with that life.
Right. Amazing. And Chris, I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. And thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah.
And how
Thanks
is
for
your
having me.
experience? Yeah. And how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice podcast?
This was magnificent, Naveen. I mean, I watch your show. I love it. I think you do a great job. It's been awesome. It's been really
Yep.
fun.
Thank you. Thank you for the kind words and keep motivating and inspiring people and continue to be magnificent. And looking forward to hosting you again in the near future. So I wish you all the very best, Chris. It was such a pleasure
Absolutely.
talking to you.
Thank you,
Right.
Naveen. And remember, take the shortcut, become magnificent, and follow your dreams.
Wonderful. All right. So, friends, that was our episode with Chris Livezey. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request in case if you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, request you to share with at least three of your friends or family members or colleagues who would also like the guiding voice. So spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now it's time for us to cruise into the trivia segment. Having had amazing conversation with Chris Livezey on magnificence, I thought of presenting you few more facts related to how we can excel in our life and career. So first and foremost thing is how do you overcome limiting beliefs? Research indicates that beliefs shape perception of reality. And people who consciously change limiting beliefs experience measurable changes in behavior, confidence, and most importantly, outcomes. Second is neuroplasticity fact. The human brain can rewire itself at any age. That means habits, thought patterns, and skills can be developed even in adulthood, and it is never too late to change. Third is about the power of visualization. Studies show that visualizing a goal activates the same brain regions as actually performing the task. Athletes, musicians, and the top performers all use visualization to improve performance. Next fact is about habit compounding, and the research suggests that small daily habits, which, if practiced consistently, create exponential results over time, much like compounding interest in a bank account. And the last but not the least, energy over motivation. Studies show that energy management, not just motivation, determines productivity, and even small energy boosts like exercise, sunlight, or hydration can dramatically improve performance. So, these are the things which will help us in our way to achieving magnificence. And friends, I would like to hear from you in terms of what are some rituals or practices or some habits that help you become great or help someone become great. Do let us know. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there, or if you found it on any other social media platforms, you can comment there as well. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV family. So until next time, take care. Stay inspired and remember the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.